Hello and welcome to Keep Me Posted with Planet Aid. My name is Monica Johnson, and today we're going to be talking to a company that's really doing some really great and big things in the sustainability field. And we're going to be talking to one of the owners of the brand YALA, Tiff Zahara. Tiff, thank you so much for coming and joining us today.
Yeah, nice to be here.
All right. Well, Tiff, tell me a little bit about the brand YALA. That you all have kind of made a decision that you wanted to go about retail in a different way, and in a sustainable way. So tell me a little bit about that, and tell me a little bit also about how you began with YALA as well.
Okay, so YALA has been selling sustainable bamboo products since 2006. Rachel, my business partner, and I both of us actually started in customer service and worked our way up through the company. And now we own it, which is
Wow.
so we're a woman-owned, woman-led company, and we really got a lot of support in our state from that. So that was it was an amazing kind of thing to have happen. And so we've been really grateful for the opportunity. And one of the really big things when her and I took over was that we really wanted to really stress and push the sustainable parts of our company and become more sustainable in places where people don't normally think about sustainability. So I really feel that sustainability is something that you're always working towards. You know, the sort of the destination of where it is always changes. So, you know, it's like we keep trying every day to do our work better. We own a small factory in China that works just for us. We have about 30 to 40 sewers at any given time. And so it's really easy for us to manage our production in a sustainable way, manage our footprint. For us, it's the amount of time and resources we use to get the product to market. The other part of sustainability is, you know, how are we integrating in our community? How are we treating our employees here, as well as our employees in China? And what are all the things we can keep doing to make ourselves more sustainable?
And tell me a little bit about the process. Now, you said that you work with bamboo for clothing. And that to me, when I read about that, I was like, do people use bamboo for clothing? And so, that in itself was something that was like, tell me why. Why would you use bamboo for clothing, and what is the benefit of that?
Well, what's really interesting about our bamboo clothing is that it actually comes, if you've ever seen the movie Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon,
Mhm.
the bamboo for our products actually come from that forest in China. That
Wow.
It's the Shunan bamboo forest, and it has to be sustainably cut and harvested every year because bamboo has a 5-year lifespan, and as it grows, new shoots come up, and so they take the old ones out. They sustainably harvest the old shoots out so that the forest can stay active and healthy. But one of the amazing properties starting at that point is that bamboo does not need any additional water to grow, just the rainfall that it gets naturally. It's naturally antimicrobial as a plant, so it doesn't get fungus or need pesticides to keep pests away. The other thing it does is for the communities in Sichuan where the Shunan forest is, it protects their villages from landslides. And so it's just kind of an amazing plant. And along the way, they discovered that it could be used to make a viscose. There's a lot of fabrics on the market right now that get turned into viscose fabric, and those are made also using this viscose process into fabric. And so from the forest, once it's harvested, the bamboo gets chipped, and then it goes to a factory where it's turned into a pulp. And it needs to chemicals to be spun into a fiber, and it also uses water. And so they've developed a factory process called a closed loop system that continues to recycle the chemicals and recycle the water used in the process to make the fiber. And at the end of the process, there's no chemicals left in the fabric. So it also, you end up with a very hypoallergenic fabric. So it's really good for people that have skin sensitivities as well. So you end up with a really soft, really hypoallergenic fabric that retains some of the properties of the original plant. So because bamboo has naturally antimicrobial properties, it when you're wearing the fabric, it doesn't keep your smell. So you can, if you're traveling, you can hang
Wow.
up your item and the next day it won't smell like you. It's just, it's really
So
bacteria.
basically, you can use it over and over again, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's a great fabric for those kinds of things. It wicks away moisture.
Mhm.
So sleeps hot or just gets hot. It's great fabric for summer when it's humid in places that are humid because it wicks the moisture away from your body and helps you to feel cooler. At the same time, it's extraordinarily soft.
Okay, so you were saying about the closed loop process.
Yes, it's been being used. They kind of developed in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Mhm.
Uh, um, Traditional rayon, if you've probably heard of that before, and polyester was with this process using plastics.
Mhm.
So they thought, okay, how can we use more natural fibers using this process? Because ultimately, in the long, the recycling of the chemicals in the apparel process is much better for the environment. And it's really not possible for them to create the fabrics without using these chemicals. Even cotton going into production has to use sodium hydroxide
Right.
to soften the fibers. So it's kind of, at this point in the apparel industry, they haven't found a way to create soft fabrics without using some of these chemicals. And so the closed loop process really is providing a way to still be able to do this, but in a sustainable way.